Dear citizens of Great Britain and fellow Brexiteers, like most of you, on the 23rd of June I went out to vote, and I'll admit I hadn't voted in a long time, but that day something in me stirred that had not stirred in a very long time. I walked into that polling station with a lump in my throat, and I didn't think for 1 minute the result would be what I wanted it to be. I didn't think for one moment that my vote would make a difference, but I knew what I, as a great British citizen, a patriot of this once great country, I knew what I wanted. I put my X in the box for leave, and I stayed up all night watching the results as they rolled in, and could not believe my wish had come true. My once great country was returned and free from the shackles of Europe and the junk of Juncker. This is what we voted for. We voted to keep our people safe, keep our children safe. We voted for our future, our children's future, and we voted to take our country back. On the 18th of April, Theresa May called a snap general election on the pretense that she needed a mandate from the people to allow her to go ahead and give us the Brexit that we voted for. Well, remember Project Fear? Well, this is Project Brexit Fear. This election has got absolutely nothing to do with Brexit. How many people, when it was announced, did I see post and tweet, "We have to vote Conservative. I've never voted for them before in my life, but I need to ensure that the Brexit we get is the one we voted for. It's the only way." Well, post-blind Project Brexit Fear, what exactly has Theresa May done thus far? All I'm hearing is lots of words, very little action, which is exactly what she has historically done throughout her political career, so no change there then. What she has been successful in doing is giving oxygen space to the likes of Gina Miller, Remainers and celebrities who really think that their opinion really matters to us because we're really that stupid and misinformed. We need them to think for us because we didn't know what we voted for, because we're too stupid to realise what the consequences were. Well, good people, we're being played. This vixen in kitten heels is playing us much like the band played as the Titanic sank. We're all in blind Brexit panic, running for the Tory Brexit lifeboat, being scared into voting Tory. Fellow great British citizens, it's time for action. We said it would happen, and the time for action is now. Political action. When things weren't going to plan, we sat and gave May a chance. We gave her the benefit of the doubt. But we didn't go out and set fire to anything, smash windows, cause fights, demonstrate with placards, or wear stupid hats on our heads affectionately named after some part of female genitalia, because we're better than that. We're decent, hard-working, patriotic British citizens who want no less than what is rightfully ours, our country back. The Brexit we voted for isn't going to happen under the Tories unless we hold them to account and demand British citizens come first. British NHS comes first. British Armed Forces come first. British elderly come first. British homeless come first. British jobs for British citizens first. Do not forget, do not be blinded by Project Brexit Fear into voting Tory, because this is exactly what the plan is. That is exactly what May wants you to do. The blind Brexit panic will allow you to forget that this country has been under Tory leadership for far too long. And under that leadership, we have citizens having to utilise food banks to survive. We've had terminally ill people sent out to work. Even our bedrooms have been taxed. We're in the middle of a housing crisis, and our NHS is at breaking point. Disgracefully, our armed forces who lay down their lives for Queen and country are being abandoned, not only physically but mentally, and are living homeless on the streets. All this, and we're still sending millions in aid to countries that have nuclear capabilities. Tell me, where is the sense in that? We're in a worse state now than we've ever been, and the Tories are desperate for your vote to continue this desecration. Do not forget, this is a very party that stripped whole communities of their local industries. Communities that were dependent on the mining industry and steel industries have been left desolate and their very hearts torn out. Their town centres are now full of charity and mobile phone shops. This is the very party that took milk from the mouths of babes. This is the party that abandoned the country in its hour of need. We were told by Cameron that Article 50 would be triggered immediately if the people voted to leave the EU, only for Cameron to bottle it, disregard the democratic will of the people and scamper away with his tail between his legs, leaving the whole country in the process in disarray. The truth is they don't care. MPs on the whole are financially privileged and living in a bubble away from the average working man in the street. On their elite gravy train they have not one clue what a struggle it is to survive on a daily basis for most of us. They talk the talk during the election process, never to be seen again until they need your vote. This is how it is, time and time again. It has to stop. We're being sold down the Swanee. It's time, good citizens of Great Britain. It's time, fellow Brexiteers. It's time for political revolution. Time to drain the Westminster swamp. Despite your previous political preferences, there is realistically only one party capable and 110% committed to giving us the Brexit we voted for. So there is only one party who has fought tirelessly for a referendum for the great British people for over 30 years, whose policies put British citizens first, British health service first, British armed forces first, British fishermen first. So I'm sending out this rallying cry to go out on the 8th of June and vote UKIP. It might not be a sweeping revolution, but it will put bodies into Westminster. It will give us what we voted for. They will give us a voice. It will hold the Tories to account and ensure we get what we voted for. Please do not be fooled, because that is part of the plan. Your vote does matter. Your vote can make a difference. Don't bail it. Stand fast. We won the battle, but now we have a war to fight. Theresa May is a clever lady, but we need to be even more clever. We need to get out and vote and create a political revolution. A revolution for political change, because by God, it is surely needed now more than ever before. All it takes is a few good people to stand by and do nothing. Please don't be one of them. If you love your country, make your voice heard. Make your vote count on the 8th of June, as you did for the referendum. Get out and vote UKIP.
I honestly think that what you've seen in the last week are a significant number of UKIP voters listening to Theresa May's message that if you don't vote for her, Mr Corbyn and Mr Farron and the SNP will reverse the Brexit process, and they've been scared by it. When they realise, as these weeks develop, that actually there is going to be a Tory landslide, they can vote UKIP because they want to have a strong voice to hold the government to account. I think you'll see a big change in the current poll ratings.
But do you think that Paul Nuttall is the right man to be leading your party and able to do that?
Yes.